Welcome to Memorial Park, home of Petone Football Club, for this National League Round 16 match between Des Smith, Ray White, Petone FC and North Wellington. Petone proudly sponsored by Des Smith, Ray White, as you're going to see on the new shirts as the boys come out soon. We also have the game brought to you today by Matchday sponsors PowerX for your electrical data and security needs, and Maycroft Construction. So just read out the team sheet for North Wellington. In goal, we have number 1, Matthew King. Number 8, Al McGregor. 4, Blake Chandler. Captain today, number 5, Cameron Wardlaw. 9, Alex John Brackus. 10, Joshua Zatorski. 12, Henry Sinclair. 13, Ryan Lee. 19, Mick Reed. And 23, Dion Keatley. And number 18, Nickau Bruce. On the sub-bench for North Wellington is number 21, R. Bain. Number 2, Zed Brown. Number 14, Mahamadi. And number 17, Nazar. Officials for North Wellington: Coach James Prosser, Assistant Coach Deva Tavich, Goalkeeper Coach Fraser Kirby, Manager Hugo Barbadale, and Trainer Rachel Finley. Smith, Ray White, Petone. Your team line-up today: in goal, number 1, Oscar Boyce. 4, Bryn Sinclair. 5, Kieran McMinn. 7, Jamea Shearer. 8, Amir Mandalawi. Captain, number 10, Sam Pickering. 11, Ashnavi Mustafa. 12, Ollie Pickering. 13, Isaac Snell. Number 20, Abdallah Khalid. 23, Matt Brazier. On the bench for Petone today, number 2, Corin Perks. 14, Luke Grinley. 16, Jared Eglinton. 19, Cam Healy. And number 24, Jack O'Connor. Coached by Ryan Edwards, Assistant Coach Jamie O'Connor, Goalkeeper Coach Shay Stapleton, Managers Gary Stapleton and Lincoln Matthews, and Physio Assistance by TBI Health. Come on, you Blues!
Welcome, wherever you are, to this gloriously gloomy day here at Memorial Park for this Central League fixture between North Wellington and Petone FC. As Petone will kick us off here, I'm joined with JT up in the gantry. Welcome, JT.
Thanks, mate. Good to be here.
As Matt Brazier gets us underway, the lineups been given to you by the Petone chairman himself. As the Petone backline gets some early touches on the ball. Early, Ollie Pickering now gives it to Sinclair. And the captain, Sam Pickering. Spreading it to that wide, far side. That's coloured on that. And the throw-in taken. Brazier dropping in. Good pressure from North Wellington to start. But it'll be an early free kick to Petone. As Sam Pickering goes tumbling down. Taken quickly though. Mandalawi in the pink boots. Petone looking to play their style of football early on here. Get some touches on the ball. Pass it round. Get comfortable. Conditions they're very used to here at Memorial Park. Mandalawi on that far side gets a chance to spread his legs early, and that was... The referees called it. The offside taken, that's Chandler on the ball. Fighting with it, and Sinclair at number 12 for North Wellington, but Matt Brazier gets a chance now as he enters the penalty area. Finds contact, but gets a chance to get a shot off, but simple work for the keeper, Matthew King today.
Good little chance there for Petone. The starts from their pressing work in the final third of the pitch, and North Wellington not having any time to come out with the ball.
North Wellington with some space on the near side. And Lee, as he stands up, Ollie Pickering does well. Tries to get the pass off to Sinclair, but it does go out for a throw-in. So that was Brackhuis. Tall number 9 for North Wellington. Potentially be a target man for them. We'll see how his role will play throughout this game. Ollie Pickering on this near side. Mandalawi linking up. Back to Sinclair. Sam Pickering looking to play centre back today. There's a wonderful long ball as he tries to find Isaac Snell running through the middle of the park, but ends up being a free kick. There's a stray foot gets in the way. Great run from Isaac Snell from right back. Or the deep right side, anywho. Sinclair meets that with his head a couple of times. And foot on the ball for North Wellington as they spread it to this near side. That's Ryan Lee. He passes it back. Blake Chandler now. There's a forward run from the man in the pink boots through the middle of the park. Now it's Brackhuis. He goes back to Lee again. Now Chandler spreads it wide. Back into the middle of the park. It's through Keatley. And now they opted to go long, but Sinclair up to that task. Good numbers up here in the Jod Branbury balcony here at Petone. Sponsored by BP Railway Ave. The beer is tasting good and the hot food is tasting even better. Still a chance if you're in the local area to come down and watch some Central League football. With a team on a very good run at the moment is Petone. It's Matt Brazier with a chance. He looks to get a shot off, but it goes across the face of goal in the end, and it's a corner for Petone.
Good chance that for Brazier. Just kind of hit it across with his left foot and dragged away. But you kind of expect the net to bulge when you see him in those kind of areas.
Couple of moments of excitement from Brazier early on as Sam Pickering now to take this corner. He goes deep to, well, he finds some empty space, and that's Shearer on this near side doing a bit of fancy stuff. And coloured now. Sinclair. Mandalawi and Ollie Pickering combining. Petone very patient on the ball, as they have been all season. Now Shearer, as he darts inside, past two and squares it up again. Sam Pickering now finds a wonderful angle, but it was just too good. It'll be a goal kick. Petone having a successful day down in the lower leagues. The under-23s team getting a 2-0 win before this on the turf. The Petone 4th team coming away with a 3-1 win. As the keeper just getting away with that there, as pressure was applied by the Petone forward. He gets away with it, and now they're coming down this near side. It's a lovely chest and bit of control from Bracuis, but it will be a throw into Petone in the end.
Can already see the pressing game of Petone causing problems for North Wellington. Didn't look comfortable there, the keeper, and ended up slicing it away, just escaping ultimate embarrassment.
It's coloured, looking long, and it was a well-timed run, I think, from Mandalawi on the now far side. Petone looked to recover, but don't do so, as Keatley drives forward and tries to find his forward, and Brown, but to no avail. Now Snell for Petone moves it forward into their final third. Brazier linking up with him. Now back to Mandalawi. This goes back to Coloured now, squaring it up. Moving it across to the left side is Sinclair. Now Pickering. Drops it into Shearer. But that one just goes under the foot of Ollie Pickering, but he does really well to win that one back. Great determination from him, and a fantastic ball from Snell to find Mandalawi. And he squares it up, and just about an own goal. My goodness me. I think it was Ryan Lee doing that defensive work. I'm sorry, it was Chandler.
Great move from Petone, a brilliant ball from deep, and Mustafa on the end of it with a really wicked cross, and somehow it's not gone in for Petone, but they have a corner.
The corner taken short, and Sam Pickering puts it in. Matt Brazier, he rises above the rest, but that corner, that header was misdirected. It'll be a goal kick. In fact, was it a throw-in? There's a couple of balls on the field there, but it will be a throw-in. They go line as anyone would. And Petone, a bit of scary moments here, but Oscar Boyce calmly passes that one to his left side, and Mandalawi now foot on the ball for Petone. Conditions are nice for this time of year. It is cool. Slight breeze from the left to right on your screen. Definitely conditions that I'm sure both teams are comfortable in. As Mandalawi, again, a very well-timed run. Great ball from Khalid. In fact, the official on the far side is calling that offside and taken quickly. So, no time to relax here as North Wellington move to coming to this near side, but I don't think Mick Reed was ever going to make that. It was with the wind and out for a throw-in, although the ref wants a word.
He's brought it back for a free kick as the North Wellington player hit the pass forward. It was clipped by a Petone attacker.
I'm glad there's two of us, because I just did not see that. But as McMinn gets involved, number 5, he's built wide and he's built with agility and power, so he's a threat in that midfield for Petone. Watch him today, number 5, Kieran McMinn. As Khalid plays it long and looking for Matt Brazier, it's holding up in the wind, but the keeper does very well, Matthew King, in reacting to that. Met it on the half volley and to safety for North Wellington. Petone start again all the way back to Oscar Boyce, and now Sinclair squares things up. It's Snell. Timely run from Shearer, but I think he was offside. Play on nevertheless. It'll be a throw-in. Lee to throw this one in for North Wellington. Again, a wonderful chest control from Alex John Brackhuis, and he draws the foul with the contact in the back. It'll be the away swinger of Joshua Zatorski. It's a beautiful ball met by Khalid. Fantastic evasion from him to clear the lines. Josh Zatorski, a familiar name with Petone. He's played the last 2 years for Petone and just recently moved clubs. As the in-swinging corner is deep and wasted opportunity. It'll be a throw-in now to Petone. Mandalawi trying to intercept that one. There's a straight pass from Chandler. Gives the ball away. Petone reset. Sam Pickering now. If you don't follow Petone on Instagram, you wouldn't know the absolute ripper and winner that Sam Pickering scored not long ago. A free kick away from home. Have a look. Have a look if you haven't seen it. Petone on Instagram. Petone FC. There's Matt Brazier. Squares it up to Ollie Pickering. Uses his body well. Mandalawi now. Sam Pickering to Ollie Pickering. Mandalawi squares it up to Khalid, resets and looks to go the other side. Isaac Snell looking to get on the end of it, but it will be a throw-in to Petone. Petone with a lot of the ball in the first 15 minutes. as we just surpass that now. Shearer wins a throw-in for Petone. Score, of course, 0-0 as McMinn. Lovely leave from Pickering as he lets Khalid square it back up and come the near side and through Sinclair. Now it's Ollie Pickering as he gets a 1-2 back to him. Good defending, though, from North Wellington. Shearer, though, fantastic determination, winning it in the final third. He darts through two and excites the crowd here on the balcony, but he gets no further.
Great player to watch, Shearer. He's very small and nippy, and when he gets going, it's hard to stop.
As the long ball option is always there for Petone, it seems. The forward timed runs and the centre back looking to play it long into the wind, looking to hold it up.
Petone seen a lot of success with that strategy this season. Great passing from the back, and with the attacking venom of Brazier, they've profited a lot.
Well, again, talking about the Instagram of Petone, there's a fantastic footage there from our very own Shay Stapleton of last week's goal from Matt Brazier. It was a long ball from the young centre-back on his debut, and on the end of it was Matt Brazier. It was one touch, bounce, one touch, volley, upper bins. My goodness me, what a goal that was. A man in form for Matt Brazier, but a tactic that we will maybe see again today from Petone. Mandalawi now. He has room to go again, put his head down. And he beats his man a couple of times, but chooses to go back. Sam Pickering now. Very composed, Sam Pickering. Oh, and what a wonderful slip-through ball. I think it's Snell on that far side. He puts a cross on the ground, but it was an easy work for the defender. McMinn, and there it is, Kieran McMinn. He picks up the scraps, gets a chance to get a shot away with his right foot, and finishes it in the bottom left corner. Petone go 1-0 up here after 18 minutes. Well, it came out of nowhere. It surprised us all up here. It was just a stray pass that bounced off a player and ended up at the feet of Kieran McMinn, who had a chance to throw his right foot at it and put it in the bottom left corner. Great composure from him, and Petone break the deadlock here.
Petone definitely been the better side in the early stages, all the possession really, and created a few chances, and the one that they've taken was kind of out of nothing really.
As this could energise the game. There's a foul, and a rough foul indeed, from the number 10, Zatorski. But play restarted. Mandalawi to Snell. Good triangle play from Petone, as they, I'm sure, train often midweek. Come near side, and here is Shearer. Little ball of energy as he plays a wonderful through ball, finding Matthew Brazier. He cuts inside. He gets a shot away, but it's straight at the keeper. He gets a second chance. He squares it up. It's McMinn, the recent goal scorer. He gets a chance, but it's blocked.
Great football by Petone. Brazier cut inside, left his defender for dead on his right foot, unfortunately, and hit it straight at the keeper. But if that was on his left, you'd suspect it would have been bulging net.
Wonderful through ball, finding Ollie Pickering. He goes to the byline, cuts it back to Shearer, who gave it to him. Shearer links up with Mandalawi, and that'll go out for a goal kick, unfortunately. But good play, good signs of pressure from Petone after this goal. Maybe that goal will open the floodgates here or there, as North Wellington will be looking to respond, I'm sure. Ollie Pickering with some time. Goes to Shearer and gets it back. Darts inside. Great pass and move play from Petone. Shearer in some space now as he drives forward, threatening Ollie Pickering, overlapping him and giving it back to him. Going inside and getting it back again. Here's Shearer. Oh, beautifully left from Isaac Snell. McMinn goes back to Khalid. Mustafa on that far side trying to get involved.
Nice fluid shape from Petone. The centre-backs helped out by Mandalawi, who's just dropping in when they need him to, and letting our wide players go forward. Mandalawi playing centrally midfield, but dropping in as we need.
You're right, the shape is very fluid. They are dropping in for each other, and it is making those passing options always free. As McMinn does fantastically in the 50-50, wins the ball for Petone and drives forward with gusto and tries to square it up, and Brazier gets on the end of it. He ends up getting a toe off the ground and puts it goalward, but a good goal line clearance in the end from the North Wellington man. It was Matthew King, the keeper, going to ground, as the referee will go and tend to that.
Keeper went down fairly early in that move, not quite sure what the contact was, no foul given. Petone played on and almost got the goal, but in the end away for a goal kick. Drop ball back with the keeper there.
Petone being very vocal in a press call at the moment, but North Wellington doing very well. A fantastic turn from Mick Reed as he puts it wide, and a threatening cross, to be honest, from Alex John Brackhuis, but ends up in the safe hands of Oscar Boyce as he rolls it out. Sinclair to Shearer as he makes him work for it, ends up losing it. Square pass from Lee. Finding Zatorski, and he goes right to Brackhuis, who, well, that cross is just mishit. JT?
It was a great ball, the original cross by Brackhuis, and I think it was Mick Reed who tried to get on the end of it, and he just really didn't attack it. He's not the tallest player, Mick Reed, and I feel like if he had been a bit more of a physical player, he would have thrown himself at it and given the ball the attack that it deserved.
North Wellington struggling at the moment in the season, second to last on the table of the Central League. Petone getting a couple of good results in a row, gaining some momentum. I think they're in 5th or 4th at the moment. Oscar Boyce doing some good work.
A shot from deep, and it came out of nowhere, and Boyce was off his line, managed to get a hand and palm it away. Yeah, it's been a good season for Petone, 5th in the table at the moment, and pretty tight in terms of Napier and Western Suburbs, who are above them, but only by a point.
As the in-swinger is once again deep from North Wellington, and again a wasted opportunity. JT, corners are such a threatening set piece if you can get them right.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to make the most of all set pieces, and a good corner, well attacked. They've got a couple of bigger bodies in the North Wellington side, so you'd want them to attack it. That was a wasted opportunity.
I mean, it's either you get runners going to the back post if you're going to keep on hitting them there, or you just adjust the kick to not be so deep. Anyway, as Petone have the ball, Brazier dropping in, and Snell playing Mustafa on. He looks to beat his man. He goes inside wonderfully, but ends up playing a stray pass, and it goes in the hands of Matthew King.
Have you mentioned the beautiful?
It was a lovely pass through that by Isaac Snell, and it's not been his first pass of the day. He's been playing really well the early stages, causing trouble with his vision.
There's contact there from Sinclair, draws the foul. And it'll be again Josh Satorski to deliver this free kick for North Wellington. And this one's a floater, challenging Oscar Boyce. And obviously the keepers get benefit of the doubt in those situations, but the referee says fair play. It'll be a throw-in to North Wellington in the end.
I like to see that as a striker myself. Keeper's far too overprotected from my experience, and I think that was a fair challenge. And luckily for Petone, able to clear.
There's some lovely footwork on the far side for, I don't know who that is. I need to see the number. But North Wellington bring it near side. Here he comes, Ryan Lee. But Oliver Pickering, good pressure from him. Kicking it out for a throw-in. Lee to throw it in. Gives it back to Sinclair. Chandler. He goes through two. He passes it through wonderfully. And they look to recycle Keatley. Wardlaw. And good pressure from Petone. Back to Wardlaw as he's pressured from Mustafa and Sam Pickering. Petone looks to win it back, and they do so. McMinn sprints it wide, and here comes Shearer on this left side. He stands up his man, he goes outside. Ollie Pickering looks to help him out, gives him a helping hand. And a strong foot in the end by Chandler to give a throw into Petone. Brazier has a lovely touch. Gives a good bounce pass, and Petone recycle. Sam Pickering, he finds a wonderful switch ball and an even better touch to go with it to Mustafa, and he gets a 1-2 back to him. It's Brazier, but he gets caught, and here come North Wellington now. But Mandalawi says, no, woo-woo. We'll take that back, thank you. And Petone have time on the ball again. It's Sam Pickering again playing a wonderful ball. My goodness, JT, his passing's so good, Sam Pickering.
wonderful to watch. Pickering's passing. He's just picking out passes out wide from no backlift, just clipping them in, finding the feet, and Petone's wing is able to move straight into attack.
So Isaac Snell beats his man and gives it to Mustafa as he tries to go inside, but good press in the end. Sinclair now finds Brakui's dropping in. North Wellington opting to go long, but Khaled, the big frame that he is, he wins that battle. Sam Pickering back to Khaled.
Petone winning a lot of the ball in the centre of the park, all the 50-50s at the moment. Mandalawi stepping forward when he needs to, dropping back when one of the other centre backs needs to step forward, and he's really, decision making's been really good from Mandalawi so far.
He's behaving very team player like, if you will. He's dropping in, helping the boys out, winning the 50-50s in the middle of the park and in important moments. An important role in that holding midfield as he spreads it to this near side with Sinclair. Now McMinn. Brackhuey's battling out with McMinn, but a good 1-2 with Pickering. Brackhuey's ending up winning it and looking for his mate on the left side, right side, sorry, Brown.
Didn't quite come off for him there, but he's probably looked the most lively of the North Wellington players, Brackhuey.
Game getting a bit tight and physical there. North Wellington end up spreading it to the left side and darting in. Good footwork, but Brazier puts a foot in. It's now Chandler. McMinn causing a bit of stress, but Zatorski comes away with it and looks to switch it up. Snell up to the challenge, and here comes Mustafa. Back to Snell. Pickering and Mandalawi, there they are. Club sponsors PowerX join us up in the balcony today. Welcome to them. Electrical Data Security Heating, PowerX.nz. Kerry and the team run a great setup there. Good to see them up here enjoying the brews and the football that Memorial Park offer to all patrons. As Shearer has some space now on the left side as he tries to dart in. Ollie Pickering picking up the mess. Mandalawi resetting things, and again a predictably wonderful switch from Sam Pickering. Mustafa gets on the end of it, and a good tussle on the far side. Mustafa squares it back up. It's McMinn. It's nearly Brazier, but good determination and defending in the end from North Wellington to dodge that bullet.
Must be such a great feeling playing as a wide player when you know you've got Sam Pickering in the side. You just make your run and you know the ball's going to find you.
North Wellington moving it around the top of the box here. But Zatorski gets caught out in a good physical battle. McMinn and Brazier doing well as he wins the ball on halfway. Brazier now one to beat as he goes to ground and will win a free kick. He was the last man, but it was not a very aggressive foul. It will just be a yellow card in the end for Dion Keatley.
Really important part of Brazier's game, dropping deep, breaking up play. Don't often see centre forwards in a lone striker role breaking up play like that. But he's so quick to win the ball back and then get himself up top and score goals, obviously.
Sam Pickering over this one as he raises his right arm and he lofts it to the back post, and it goes out for a goal kick.
A little bit too deep, that one from Sam Pickering. A couple of Petone players at the back post to attack it, but sailed over them in the end.
Ollie Pickering on the ball. Shearer tries to pass the ball through the man's legs, but that doesn't work. The ref blew his whistle for something. As I think everyone's just taking a breath here at Memorial Park as the referee blows yet again.
Tony been pretty comfortable since taking the lead. A lot of the ball, as we saw before the goal, but even more since the goal, and they're just playing their football. North Wellington not quite sure how to handle it.
As a through ball, and with Matt Brazier on the end of it, Matt Brazier with the shot, with the score. There he is again. Matthew Brazier, number 23 for Petone, and I think it's his 16th for the season. My goodness me.
Goal.
I have just thrown that stat out, folks, but I'm pretty sure it's something along those lines. Fantastic season for Matt Brazier as he continues on the goal-scoring run. And another chance and another goal for him today. Lovely through ball on this near side as he beats Mandalawi and gets through. There was Mick Reed with a wonderful run. Squaring up to Bracuis, but that one was over the bar, and goal kick for Petone, taken quickly. Khaled.
Sense it's going to be a long way back for North Wellington now. 2-0. Petone very good at keeping the ball, and it's going to be a hard road back for the away side.
As North Wellington move it from side to side. It's Chandler being more direct. And poached clear by Henry Sinclair. Forward run now. Zatorski. Goes out, I think, for a corner. The in-swinger from Zatorski, met by Petone head and steered clear. Some quick feet though on the edge of the box by Mick Reed. Again, steered clear from Petone. Defence holding strong as 40 minutes surpass us here. The ball played inside and met with conviction by Bracuis, but in the end, Oscar Boyce was there, ends up going out for a corner. North Wellington needing to do something, and not soon. They've got plenty of time in this game, but they'd like to go into this half with a goal next to their name, I'm sure. As the in-swingers delivered, and that one, oh, just about threatened, but again, a wasted opportunity. Another stat.
Yeah, you feel like North Wellington have to make the most of their set pieces here. They're not seeing much of the ball in open play, so when they get those corners or free kicks, you really, as a North Wellington fan, will want to see them threatening the goal. That one just drifted over and landed on top of the net, and no real danger.
As Mustafa squares it up, and it's left by Brazier to allow McMinn to get a shot away just on the edge of the box, and it scrapes past the far post.
Lovely football that from Petone. Brazier's left it, and I mean, you don't usually see that from your number 9s, leaving it. Selfless player, Matt Brazier, scored a lot of goals this season, 16 in the Central League, but you see in moments like that he makes the right choice and lets players around him have chances too.
As Isaac Snell moves down that side, Mustafa drops in, tries to go inside, but Mandalawi picks up the scraps in the end, and he goes to ground. No free kick as a full ball is played straight into the safe hands of Oscar Boyce. Mandalawi just getting up off the ground there, a bit of impact for him. Shearer on the left side, darts in for Petone and tries to release Matthew Brazier. When he gets going, he's hard to stop.
Just asked a little bit too much of him there, but yeah, when he's running down your neck as a defender, you probably just want to get the ball out as quickly as possible.
And done so there by North Wellington. Matt Brazier goes deep and receives this throw. Ollie Pickering squares it back up to Mandalawi, 30 yards out from the opposite goal. Snell. Coloured. Mustafa, as Mandalawi overlaps him. Good pass and move from Petone. As Snell wins a 50-50 and then loses it in the end. Here come North Wellington in a run of gusto, but fantastic tackle from Sinclair to stop that one, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Had to make the tackle. Yeah, winger was away there, but Sinclair timed it perfectly and out for a throw-in.
As Ollie Pickering goes direct, but it was Don Keeley up to the task. Slight handball there, and it will be given. Everyone saw it, ref. Oh, he's given it. No worries. As players resumed. Sinclair, Mandalawi. Khaled again looking to go long. He's had a good passing first half as Mustafa receives a bit of contact from the rear end and goes down. That'll be a free kick for sure, as the referee has a bit of a talking to.
Surprised not to see the yellow there, really. It was a really poor tackle.
But a loss of discipline as Mustafa darts left and darts right. Just can't find his pass today, Mustafa. As the ball is given away again. Keatley now. Wardlaw. Sinclair. Back to King. Now Chandler. Trying to find Zatorski, but just out of his reach. And Sinclair from centre back driving up forward on trying to get on the player's first touch. Fantastic from him. There it is. Not much extra time added on at all. JT, that's half time.
Yeah, very good half for Petone. Controlled the possession, 2 goals taken.
It's half time here at Memorial Park. Des Smith, North Wellington 0, with goals by Kieran McMinn and Matt Brazier. Come upstairs, warm up for the second half, have some hot chips, have a drink, and we'll see you soon.
Really, the only
Brought to you today by PowerX for all your electrical data and security needs, and Makeoff Construction.
Sorry, interrupted there by the chairman. The only real chance for North Wellington was that shot from 40, 50 yards that almost caught Oscar Boyce out, but he tipped away for a corner. And beyond that, really, it's been all Petone.
A very strong start to this Central League fixture from the home side. Join us again in 15 minutes for the second period. We'll see you soon. Well, welcome back here to Memorial Park for the second half of the Central League fixture between North Wellington and Petone. Petone 2-0 up as it stands, and it will be North Wellington to get us back underway. The referee checking his watch, getting the all clear as a slight bit of rain starts to fall on the players and officials here at Memorial Park. And we're underway. Straight to the long ball for Zatulski.
North Wellington going to have to try something different this half. Didn't really work the first half. But that early long ball, I'm not sure that's the way to go.
Just give a shout out, beginning of the second half, to Jeff Archer, balcony stalwart, heading to Australia to watch the Women's World Cup final and spent a month with his daughter. Got out of the taxi, fell over, ruptured his Achilles. His wife Kay is not pleased with him at all, but shame you're not here today, Jeff. We'll see you soon, mate. Hope to see you at the next home game.
The dulcet tones of Petone's chairman, Matt Bliss, there.
Jeff Archer, a stalwart of the John Bradbury Lounge and Balcony here. Wishing you a very good day and enjoy the rest of the game. As Sinclair resets things to Oscar Boyce. It's time to put his foot on it, find his Sinclair again. He opts to go long, but it will be a throw-in to North Wellington. Darting inside and finding a good inside pass. It's now Mick Reed, but very well won in the end. Bit of ping pong at the moment. Sam Pickering doing some good forward pressing, but North Wellington now on the move. Down that right side as a ball is whipped in only as far as Khalid. McMinn now right in the heart of the action. It's Petone trying to play their triangle football and escaping a bit of danger there. Abdullah Khalad, number 20 for Petone. He's in an integral part of the backline for them in this part of the season, as Mandalawi goes down on a free kick. He's a painter by trade, Khalad. His post clubs he's played for is Wellington United and Canberra, Croatia. He plays football for Petone because he loves the silky football that we do play here. Petone ball is what they call it. And well, it says here he hates losing. That's what he doesn't like about football. So he has a winning mentality, which you can see in the determination that he puts in each and every time he puts that Petone shirt on. As Petone are advancing through that final third and doing really well through Cher on that far side.
It's been a really impressive feature of Petone's season, the centre-back position. It's been quite interchangeable. Lots of players have played there and it's been pretty seamless. It's not really a position you see much rotation in generally in football, but Petone's centre-backs, whoever they've been on the day, just seamlessly fit into the style of play.
Well, he goes to the gym. He ensures he gets good sleep every night. It's his main values that he holds outside of football, which definitely will assist his performances on the day. And of course loves a changing room celebration. Flat white, sushi, Red Bull, and he's ready to go pre-game. It's a bit of insight there on one of the Petone players. Abdi Khalad. As Mustafa darts inside, looks to get it back. Sam Pickering just missed time to that silky move. As Mandalawi applies a bit of pressure in the final third. Does well, gets a throw in for Petone. Sam Pickering battling away and doing really well. Wellington United end up clearing their lines. Contact by Khalad, and it'll be a free kick on halfway for Wellington United.
North Wellington.
North Wellington, sorry. JT keeping me in check.
The time spent playing in the fourth team out on Sladden today obviously taking its toll.
She was a soggy one over there for sure. Took a lot of energy to play the 80 minutes I did manage. Here is Wardlaw playing on this left side and linking up with Brackhuis. Ends up going out for a throw. Snell gives a darting throw trying to find Mandalawi, making him really work to keep possession, but does well. Sinclair squares it up to Ollie Pickering as he plays it inside. Confident on the ball, under pressure. Petone, composure. Fantastic interplay there, but just getting out of the reach of Mustafa. North Wellington started the second half with a bit more energy than I think what we've seen so far. Most of the play being on your left side of the screen.
Certainly throwing themselves around the pitch, trying to win the ball back. Haven't seen too much from them this game, so we'll see how they go in this half.
Mustafa dropping back, giving more options to try and get Petone out of that space as the assistant here calls for a substitute. It'll be for the away side that are down 2-0. North Wellington. They look to the bench, and Mohammadi and Nazari coming on. And Brown and Mick Reed coming off.
Couple of changes there for North Wellington. We'll see if that livens them up here as they chase the 2-goal deficit.
Well, both the fresh players are standing in the attacking third for the away side, so looking to get some fresh legs in that final third and maybe look for some more chances and capitalise on potentially some fatigue in the Petone backline. McGregor to throw it back in. But Petone won it straight back. Lovely triangles once again. There's some pressures applied from Brackhuis, but Khaled a driving run through as he beats 1, 2, 3, but Brackhuis wins it back. Here come North Wellington looking threatening, but Ollie Pickering blindsided his man and wins the ball back well. And a player down. It is Khaled, our featured man for today, in fact.
Been very composed at the back today, Khaled. He's down here, hopefully nothing too serious. Having a good game. Not being challenged too much, as I said, with the shielding of Mandalawi in front. Centre-back's not been troubled too much, but hopefully he'll be okay here to carry on.
A snapshot from Mustafa, but that one's high, wide and handsome. Matt Brazier picks up the scraps there as Petone had lovely interplay on the far side, including Shearer and Ollie Pickering. And the play finding Snell, but he was in an offside position on the merged communications end, and it'll be an offside call. As the floodlights start to take effect here at Memorial Park, it's getting a bit gloomy with a bit of weather circulating around the Hutt Valley and the Petone region. Here in the wonderful windy Te Whanganui Atara. There's a bit of scrappy play on the far side, right in front of the Ad Smart advert. It'll be a throw-in though for North Wellington. And it was the new man Mohammadi with some fancy footwork there, but getting caught out in the end. And it was Wardlord with a big old clearance kick. Nazari was in fact offside. And Boise wants to get involved. Coming up. Keen to get amongst it. They don't let him.
Really not much happening for North Wellington so far today. Petone look very comfortable.
Whereas one goal would just change things, however, with just the 2-goal buffer here.
Absolutely. Massive game changer when you go up. If you were watching the World Cup yesterday, you saw Japan's late goal completely transformed that match. Sweden completely dominant for the first 70 minutes. And although it finished 2-1, it was pretty nervy for the Swedes at the end. Similar could happen here. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but you never know in football.
Brazier with a lovely bit of control, but he was in an offside position. He didn't get a chance to unleash the left foot there. He was setting up for it. But it'll be Matthew King to take the offside free kick. He kicks it into this slight breeze here. There's Nazari and collide in the air. And Sam Pickering wins that 50-50. Great determination. He holds his left leg afterwards, but I'm sure he'll run that one off. The loose ball picked up by Ryan Lee, but a through ball unleashes Shearer on their left side, and Petone get a chance to shoot, but it does go out for a corner in the end.
Lovely turn of pace from Shearer there. Got himself through on goal. Shot parried away.
Sam Pickering recovering from that 50-50 win before he makes his way over slowly to that far corner to deliver his signature in-swinger. Brazier makes a darting run forward, and it's in fact, not sure who met that. I think it was Sinclair trying to meet that header, but to no further damage.
Not sure. I think it might have been McMinn got his head on that, but not towards the goal, unfortunately.
Reset back to Callard. Snell into changes with McMinn, but good defensive placement from Blake Chandler. And now North Wellington move forward down this left side. Here is Alex John Bracuis. He puts his foot over the ball and resets things square. It's Chandler who puts a shot off, but comfortable stuff for Oscar Boyce.
I feel like it's going to be something like that, a shot out of nothing that just beats Petone. That's going to get them back into this game. They haven't really created anything clear-cut.
Nice work from Sinclair to keep possession for the team in white. And here come North Wellington. It's Mohammadi. He goes left, finds Bracuis. He stands up Mustafa. Opted to go safe and goes back. And the ball's put into the back post. And it was a goalwards header from Nazari. But easy work again from Boyce.
Couple of signs the last couple of minutes. North Wellington on the attack. It's the first time we've really seen a sustained period from them. See if they can get a goal back.
Great composure there from Boyce to dummy the pass, and he just seems like he's got so much time on the ball.
He is so composed on the ball, very reliable. I mean, we've seen it go wrong this season, but generally he's perfectly reliable and can play the ball out from the back, and that's the way Petone play.
As both teams opting for some long ball tactics here. As that one goes out, and we'll have a double sub for the home side now.
Double sub for Petone here. Jack O'Connor and Corin Perks coming on. And Khaled and Mustafa coming off. Perks slotting in for Khaled at centre-back. Khaled did take a bit of a knock, and I saw him have a few words with Sam from TBI Health down there on the bench as he came off. So probably just a minor knock, but enough to make the change.
JT getting the hang of the plug of the sponsors. Good to see.
I spent 8 months working with Sam on my knee injury, and here I am back in the commentary box rather than on the field, so I might have some more work for him.
It's Petone as Brazier get a chance to shoot, and a stiff hand from Matthew King to deny him of his second of the day. As the wind is mucking up my paperwork up here in the gantry. But that is my problem, not yours. As Corin Perks gets a touch. It's two direct swaps for Petone. no formation change. Jack O'Connor on this near side, direct swap for his, well, same number. Ashtonavi Mustafa.
Pretty good for Petone to be able to bring on a player that only a couple of weeks ago was scoring a hat-trick in the Central League.
Against the league leaders nonetheless.
Real strength in depth today, Petone, all season really, and it's been great to see the interchangeable nature of the squad.
And I mean, Corin Perks has been a stalwart of the Petone season as well on the back line. And it's good to see him get some minutes today as Jack O'Connor looks to get set free on this right side, but good tracking from Cameron Wardlaw. They got a yellow last week in their fixture. Not today though. North Wellington obviously with a player out this week with a red card from last week. Corey Vickers, the British import for them. Potentially a loss to their midfield and back line, but nevertheless they show up today and are making Petone work for their 3 points. If that was to be the case, as Snell tries to get free of his man, but Brackhuis does well and moves forward for North Wellington. Here they come as he stops and turns and plays a wonderful switch ball, beating Ollie Pickering as he tried to intercept it. Here come North Wellington as they enter the penalty area. He goes to ground, but it was fair play by the referee.
Lovely bit of footwork there, but he went down, kind of half-hearted appeal for a penalty. I don't know whether he tripped himself. But it was great work from number 9, Brackhuis. Lovely turn inside and a great ball through. It's the first time we've really seen North Wellington break that Petone line with a ball from deep, and it worked well there.
It was the new man, Mohammadi, with that breaking run on that far side. So impact subs already showing. As Corin Perks and Jack O'Connor intertwine some passing play. Great direct pass from Sinclair. And here's Brazier, who can maybe tip it free, but it's been called offside. Nearly a fantastic goal it would have been for Brazier, but he'll have to try again for his brace. It would have been a tight offside, but the official on the near side was in the best chance to call that one fairly, and North Wellington dodge a bullet there. McMinn doing really well to win the 50-50, and it's an outside of the foot pass, trying to find Jack O'Connor as he, with his pace, does all his best to try and keep that in, but to no avail. The throw-in's taken quickly by McGregor, and back to the keeper, King. Nazari dropping in and playing a wonderful through ball now. But a miscommunication, I think, between the two forwards of North Wellington that'll go out for a throw.
Just not on the same wavelength there.
Something that can happen when you bring on new players, combining with players that have been there the whole game. There's a bit of contact between, it was Wardlaw and Brazier, but fair play, says the ref. And here comes on the right side now, Mohammadi. But it was a big touch and given away. Great pressure. But it will be a North Wellington throw-in. I think the North Wellington coach will be happy with their response after the halftime talk. However, they still need to keep pushing to come back in this game with the 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, they came out early after the half-time break. They were on the pitch a couple of minutes before Petone, obviously riled up by the talk, and they've been on the front foot this half. They've created a little bit more. It's probably still not enough to get themselves back in the game, but as you say, one goal out of nothing could make a big difference here.
As Isaac Snell finds some space to drive forward and play a little wonderful ball to Nick Min, who puts a cross in. Matthew King, fantastic positioning from him, and comes out to catch that. Brazier was moving to the back post. Maybe a front post run could have been the go, but you can't win them all. It's an offside, and Sam Pickering takes that one simply and quickly. It's a forward run from Sam Pickering, but couldn't quite get on the end of it. The touch just quite not good enough from the substitute, and Isaac Snell was right on him to pinch that one away, as Mandalawi just gets away with that one too. Isaac Snell, simple pass back. Corin Perks squares things up. Sinclair looking for the fantastically timed run of Shearer as he darts into the penalty area. He will look to square things up and just can't get a quiet pass the first man.
Not a great run from Shearer. His pace and trickery really gets himself in behind quite often. Still waiting to see a little bit more end product from him.
Mandalawi's pressured but calmly passes that one to his mate Corin Perks, who's just slid into this back line like nobody's business. It's now Ollie Pickering. He opts to go to the captain. Calm passing triangles for Petone as they are pressured from the substitute. It is Nazari. Snell dropping in for another option as Sam Pickering moves forward. Brazier dropping in. It is good to watch if you're a football fan, the style of game. Sinclair. Deflected pass and ends up at Brazier, drops it off. Jack O'Connor, bit of fancy footwork, but it'll be a throw into Petone as they just try and suck some time out of this game, wait for an opening to move forward and just be patient. Jack O'Connor looks to accelerate play and move forward with a forward throw in, but it'll go to the keeper. So try and move forward. Here's North Wellington now. And a silly free kick given away by Sinclair. About 40 metres out from goal.
Chance to get big boys from the back forward here and try and make a rare chance. Josh Zatorski with the free kick.
He goes for the ping, and that one goes towards Bob Scott, if anything.
Really not the right decision for Zatorski to shoot from there. It's an opportunity to get a ball in the box, and I mean, it would have to be something unbelievably special from that distance.
So another double change from the home side. As McMinn, who's had a solid game, a goal scorer, who's made way for Luke Grinley. Cameron Healy has come on to replace Matthew Brazier for Petone. So both goal scorers replaced by Ryan Edwards, the Petone coach.
Yeah, been pretty comfortable, as I said before, and chance to get some fresh legs on and see some of the other players. As a North Wellington defender, you probably wouldn't be too displeased to see the back of Matthew Brazier.
Sam Pickering enters that physical battle and comes out with victory as he spreads it wide, and even further now as Shearer darts into the box, tries to get a shot off. Grinley tries to put a foot to it, but it ends up coming to the feet of Henry Sinclair, who spreads it wide, controls it. It's now Mohammadi who centres things. Zatorski squares it, Wardlock. Good triangle play from Wellington United there. Sorry, North Wellington. There's Nazari, tried to get on the end of that one, but Isaac Snell there to cover. Mandalawi opts to go through the opponent's legs there, but a stray pass in the hand of Mohammadi as he moves forward. Sorry, Nazari. He was so close to getting a shot off, but it was fastly shut down from the Petone 4.
Yeah, he took a heavy touch there. He felt like the chance was gonna come, and the heavy touch and really pressed down by the centre backs quickly.
Healy gets an early touch. A substitute for Petone. Mandalawi now. Snell in some room in front of us. Jack O'Connor to his right, but he opts to go left. And looking for who was down on that far side. It's now Shearer as he threatens the penalty spot again. Snell puts it. It's Jack O'Connor. Jack O'Connor, the substitute, he just drags it wide. What a chance for him to make it 3.
Well worked out there to Jack O'Connor at the far post, and expected him to hit the inside side netting, just dragged it wide.
As Mandalawi picks up the scraps and is moving forward with gusto, he gets a left foot chance, but straight at the keeper, unfortunately for him.
Great run from Mandalawi, and the finish wasn't up to it, but it would have been a great, well-deserved goal for him. He's been fantastic today, breaking up the play and breaking forward from deep.
As Zatorski now moves it forward for North Wellington. Jack O'Connor, though, has it back for Petone and chooses to be patient. Goes back to Snell, who has ball at feet. Sam Pickering, Mandalawi, Sinclair, Lee, and North Wellington now. Fantastic forward move, but Nazari was in an offside position quite clearly, and the far side official has raised their flag.
I won't announce it.
That's outside the zone of the AI. AI is like designed to
Mandalawi finding Jack O'Connor on a wonderful angle. Fantastic pass from Snell to give it to Pickering. And here come Petone now, but someone was offside. I think it was Grinley moving forward, unfortunately for him. Straight to the long tactic, North Wellington. A defensive header. They'll take the throw-in. Back down to McGregor. Goes inside to Zatorski. Moves it across to Chandler, who goes far right now. North Wellington. He beats Shearer with a 360, but Corin Perks up to the challenge of the cross. It goes out for a corner. 10 minutes to go. Hopefully they'll be looking to make something happen with this corner to make the game interesting.
Yeah, wasted a few opportunities from corners in the first half, and we'll see how they go with this one, but rare chance to put the ball in the box.
As Zatorski puts in the away swinger, and it's very well attacked by the substitute Mohammadi as he rose to the challenge on the back post. But it just goes over. It must have had a defensive touch on it, JT. It'll be another corner.
Much better set piece that time, right in the danger area, fizzed in with pace. Well attacked, as you say, Connor, and away for another corner.
And Zatorski again will deliver this in-swinger as Sinclair gets a good head to it, but it's only as far as the back post as North Wellington got a shot off in the end, but it was wide and Petone dodged a bullet.
That was as good a chance as we've seen really there. I think it was the captain, Cameron Wardlaw, who had the chance, but he poked it wide.
Substitution for North Wellington coming on, number 16, Miles Woodhill. Coming off, number 9, Alex John Brackas.
He showed good intensity today, Alex John Brackas, as he makes way for the substitute, Miles Woodhill.
Yeah, pretty tough up there today, and he showed some glimpses of good quality, but nothing really came off, and we'll see what they do with the change.
There's Jack O'Connor, threatening as always. He squares it up to Healy, and Petone reset. It's Snell, who's a physio himself, Isaac Snell, in the upper Hutt region, I believe, and a fantastic one at that. Heard fantastic reviews. Good to have that local knowledge, as well as TBI Health and the Petone Physio to help along. As some good interchange here from North Wellington as they move into the final third. It's Nazari now, who gets pushed back from Shearer, and he squares it up on the far right side. Ollie Pickering gets a toe in. Petone with their new kits on today, of course, with the team kit sponsor that has just arrived today, in fact, Des Smith, Ray White Petone. As Mandelawi gets caught out, and it's a snapshot from 30 yards from Henry Sinclair, but he doesn't quite catch it, and it's easy work for Oscar Boyce. A fresh new kit for Petone with the new sponsors. So much appreciated, Des Smith, and any retailers, well, needs, you're selling, you're buying, Des Smith is your man of the Hutt Valley.
Eglinton on for Mandalawi here for Petone. Not been the strongest game for Mandalawi. You see that with flair players like him. Some days completely unplayable and others just a little bit drifting in and out of the game, and that's been the case today. We'll see what Jared Eglinton has to offer.
Fantastic shooting chance there just before from Miles Woodhall, the substitute for North Wellington, but he couldn't quite catch it again. And they're still looking for their opening goal of this game as we close into the final minutes. Here they are now, Sinclair down the left side, trying to unleash Nazari, but just not quite the final passes that are connecting here in the final third.
Shown a lot more intent in this second half, North Wellington. Created a few chances, nothing hugely clear-cut, but definitely enough to have threatened Oscar Boyce more than they have. And as we've said earlier, if they'd got a goal back, it would have been a very different game. About 5 minutes to go here, and Petone looking comfortable.
Petone moving forward slowly now on that left side, as Ollie Pickering looks to beat his man, and he does with beautiful footwork. He goes inside and pulls the trigger. It was, I think that's Grinley. Sorry, Cameron Healy who pulled the trigger there, but the shot was blocked. And now it's Isaac Snell resetting things. Jared Eglinton getting an early touch. Sinclair spreads it to the left again. Sam Pickering goes inside, finds Healy, who has the footwork and, well, agility to dart around his player, catch the stray foot, win the foul, and pressure on again in the final couple of minutes here for North Wellington. Sam Pickering over the free kick on that far left side for them. He raises his left hand and puts it into the back post. It's well dealt with by the keeper, Matthew King. Simple work in the end as he tries to deliver that one by hand. Only as far as Sam Pickering, who does a 180 and goes back to his fellow Pickering. Ollie to Sam, to Ollie, to Sam. Great use of the body there from Sam Pickering, and he slips through Shearer on that left side. My goodness me, that was fantastic play. It slipped through, and Shearer's found a gap. How has he done that? It's a goal for Petone. It's 3 on the day. It's Shearer's first. What a goal created by the captain.
Third goal for Petone, number 7, Jamea Shearer.
Fantastic goal for Petone, lovely ball through, and we've seen Shearer get into those threatening areas all day, really, with his pace. And I was saying earlier, he lacked the end product, but he's found it there. What a finish. Great goal. Petone 3-0.
On that tight angle, he managed to find a gap where I'm sure there wasn't many after being slipped through from Sam Pickering. Great use of the body in that play there. He shielded off a couple of players. He waited. He slipped him through at the perfect time. And a fantastic finish, as you say, from Jamea Shearer. A great season he's had. As Petone look to keep their foot on the throat here in the final stages of this game. Eglinton gets a foot in. Play there, McGregor looks to escape Eglinton's press and does so with a switch ball. Here come North Wellington now on the right side as ball's trying to find Mohammadi, but a bit too much on that one. It's Oscar Boyce wants to deliver that one by hand to Snell. Moving forward now, Jack O'Connor, who goes inside this time. It finds a lot of white shirts. White shirts finding white shirts there, in fact. The regulation 90 minutes is up as Eglinton gets trapped on the ball, and North Wellington look to move forward, and Nazari squares up and has a shot, but it's blocked by Sam Pickering, who's had a great game once again. Sam Pickering, the captain, leading by example week in, week out.
Pickering, Mandalawi and Snell have been absolutely exceptional in the midfield. Just keep Petone ticking all day long, keeping the ball, making the right decisions with it.
Final chances for North Wellington. You'd think there'd be consolation at this point, which does remind me, comment your man of the match in the comment section below. Thank you for joining us for this game. Well, of course, your man of the match votes do go into the calculations for the post-match presentation up here in the John Bradbury Lounge. So don't forget to comment your man of the match below, name and number. Shearer wins the ball for Petone. Moving forward now, it's Snell who cuts back. A final chance, maybe. Jack O'Connor just gets caught at his feet. And now here come North Wellington down the left side. Nazar Mohammadi. He beats one but can't beat Corin Perks as the referee looks at his watch. We are in his time at the moment. Referee's had a great game. No dramas on his end as a stray shot of really giving up hope there from the centre back. It ends up going out for a corner with the pressure applied on that right side. So we're sniffing some final action maybe. What it is looking like, 3 points for Petone. That'll be a fantastic result for them looking at the league table. As Oscar Boyce once again, fantastic work. And there it is, the final whistle's been blown here at Memorial Park. The final score, the home side victorious 3-0. Petone beating North Wellington. Thanks for joining us, JT. Your thoughts on the final result?
Pleasure, Connor. It's been a great game here. Petone pretty comfortable throughout. Really dominated the possession. As I said, that midfield three really playing well from the back and creating chances, and it was a very comfortable 3-0 win.
It was a very prominent performance from the home side with their new kit, of course. Thanks for joining us here on the YouTube live stream, brought to you by Des Smith, Railway Petone and PowerX. Join us for the final home game against Stop Out in a couple of weeks. It's been a pleasure bringing you this game today. Ciao for now. Enjoy your weekend.